What is happening, people? How are you doing? It is Monster Champion. We're here today to share with you guys one of the best routes in NCAA football 14. This is probably my favorite route right now, and the reason being is just because it destroys any kind of defense. I'm going to show you two ways to utilize it very effectively against any kind of defense. Now, typically, most people see this and they just think, it is what it is. It doesn't work that well. But I'm going to show you the secret to make the slant one of the best routes in the game. Now, first off, I don't like doing it on the inside, even against a two-man under. As you can see, it gets locked up. But if you do it with the outside wide receivers, as you're going to see here, it's going to be just like Man 13. They're going to get pressed. And then as soon as they beat that press, we can throw it just like we did in Man 13. Precision up bullet pass. And he's going to get that inside position. And as you can see, you can get 5 to 10 yards pretty consistently. I just usually throw to whoever looks like they get the inside position between the two. But you don't even necessarily need that inside position. As you're going to see, we got the outside position here. There is a slight risk of a pick, but only if you get an ugly animation. So if you get a usual animation, you're going to get that every single time, and it's just going to be a nice completion that's really going to force your opponent to either put some extra help out there or, switch to a zone or something. They're going to have to make some sort of adjustment, and as long as you can do that, you can definitely get a big play once in a while, even with this simple route that is just very effective against two-man under, as you can see here. Now, what your opponent may start doing, and what does stop this, is they're going to go ahead and go into a cover one. Now, what happens with the cover one is that the defenders are going to be playing off of them, so they're not going to press them, and that beautiful thing that we had happen with the press is no longer going to be a factor. As you're going to see, X and B are both going to be blanketed pretty well. Maybe could have snuck that into B there, but it's definitely not a pass I would be comfortable making. This one I would, but the only reason that's happening is because RB's defender is actually bumping him. So this is definitely going to slow down the slants a lot. But there is something that we can do to the slant to make it beat this and brutally beat this and destroy it. All we need to do is get a motion snap. To get that, all we need to do is have a wide receiver that's off the line of scrimmage, and we're going to just go ahead and highlight him, motion him inside. Once that defender starts moving, you're good to go. And you're going to get that inside position every single time. You can precision this whichever way you like pretty much. I'll either go outside or inside, or I'll precision up depending on, kind of where the rest of the defenders on the field are. But as you can see, it just, once he makes that cut, it just gets absolute, destroys the dude. Just destroys the defender. Now, the one thing you want to make sure you do is make sure that defender follows him, because if he doesn't, as you're going to see here, sometimes they'll get loose, sometimes they won't. But if that defender does follow him and he starts moving inside like here, that's when it's just going to be pretty much 99% of the time he's going to get that amazing separation. And you can do it on either side of the field. Does not matter the formation. As you're going to see here, boom, just gets ridiculous separation. So you get that motion snap and you can tear up the cover one. But also with the motion snap, you can tear up the cover two-man under as well. So you can have the regular slant going on one side and get your motion snap going on the right side. And even if they're blitzing or anything like that, as you can see, it's real quick. So, even if they're blitzing, they're going to probably have to use that guy. And then if you have another route that you can go to, such as the slant on the left, that's just going to give them a lot to think about. So this destroys two-man under, cover one man, all the forms of man defense, and just precision it to where it looks like it's going to get you the ball. Another nice thing is that we can actually go ahead and use this as a motion out, which some people may or may not know about as well. And let's see if we can find a bunch formation real quick. I'm not sure what UCLA all has in their playbook, but we'll see if they got somewhat of a bunch formation. If not, we'll go ahead and get to the UFC side of the ball. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here. It doesn't look good. Does not look like UCLA has a bunch. So what we're going to do is just flip the side of the ball. But all I'm going to show you is that what's going to happen is once we do this, it's going to essentially beat it either way you motion it. So if you motion it inside, it's still going to work. If you motion it outside, it's still going to work. And you use the same exact concepts, and it's just going to destroy man defense again. So let's go ahead and just get a quick play out of the way here. Bam, bam. Okay, we're good to go. Pretty sure USC has a lot of bunch stuff. I think they have an ace bunch. All right, that works perfectly for what we're trying to do. So we'll just run Z spot, and we'll go ahead and run a 2-man under really quickly. Just go with a nickel. So we just put Lee on a slant here, motion him out. Once that defender starts moving, boom. Look at that. Bam, just lob it over. Boom. It's going to get separation again. That time wasn't even that much. Usually in game it's even worse. They get even more separation. As you can see here, Lee is just tearing them up. And it's just going to get money every time. So essentially that's going to force them to start playing a zone or some sort of other defense. Let's go ahead and look at this against the cover 1 really quick. And then we can go ahead and look at it against zone. Overstorm Brave, perfect. Bam, nice little man blitz. Motion him out. Oh, we're getting crunched. So let's try this again. Oops, forgot to motion. Sometimes, depending on what kind of formation you're in, the regular slant without the motion will work against the cover 1 as well. But right here, as you're going to see. All right, I'm about tired of this. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Now we should have some time in the pocket, hopefully. Bam. Let's get that motion snap, and then you're good to go. So, of course, in my examples, it doesn't want to work. But trust me, in the online games, it definitely works a lot better than this. And as you can see, it just gets money. Oops, didn't mean to motion him. Video's already stretching a little longer than I would have liked, but it's definitely that good of a route where you want to, definitely incorporate it into your offense one way or another. So, as you've seen there, if you add that motion snap to it, it's really going to set things off and force your opponent to, start doing things differently, start playing a zone or something. So maybe they'll go to a cover 3. Once they do that, there's a money spot right here. I'm going to show you. Bam, right there. That spot right there. Best way to do this, I suppose, would be go replay mode. This spot on the field right here. All right, I'm going to zoom in so we can get this blue circle. All right, so as you can see, this area of the field, right when he cuts in, usually is right around where it's going to be money. And it really doesn't matter which zone it is, as long as the other routes around it complement it. But just motion it the same as you would against man, and just, it just tears it up every single time. We'll go ahead and throw it to Lee. It's going to work on the left and right side of the field. And what's going to basically happen is that that delay with him doing that slight, whatever, his hesitation from the motion snap, it essentially is going to put him underneath every single zone in the game. So that hesitation, once, regardless of whatever zone they're in, this hesitation right here, that boom, once we've already snapped it, it takes them, a half second or so to get upfield. That essentially is going to allow the defenders to move backwards, which benefits us. So if they're in hook zones, they're going to drop back, 3 yards, 5 yards, and that's going to allow us to get 5 yards just about every single time. So definitely incorporate this route into whatever scheme you are running. I promise you will enjoy it. It's definitely benefited my offense greatly, and a lot of other people I know. So check it out. Let's go ahead and look at a cover 2 sink here. But again, it's just going to be in this money spot right there. Bam, right underneath the defense, especially if you have like a streak. This works perfect to complement streaks up the seam, something like this. Because if the linebacker covers the B, then you have A, and vice versa. So if he covers B, you got A. If he covers A, you have B every single time. Once he steps up, you got that. I would definitely wouldn't throw that pass for real, but B was open that time. But just in case that linebacker, say, were to try to jump up on Blackwell here, I think he fumbled that. But as he jumps up on Blackwell, he's just going to, you're going to have that streak for an inside pass lead as well. Likewise over here with Lee, Y would be wide open as soon as that, defender tried to jump up. So, again, I love the motion snap with the slant, and I do like the slant, even without the motion snap against a lot of various defenses in the game. So, add this route to your combinations. Check it out. Check it out with the motion. And definitely, try to get your offense going to the next level. Going to be heading out of town here next week, so I'm not sure how the videos will be coming out. I'm going to try to get a bunch done tonight so that they can be coming out over the weekend and throughout the week. Maybe having some, content from a game that's coming out in the future coming up. But, if that happens, I'll talk about it when it does. If not, we'll talk about it when we get back, what I can release to you guys. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and be sure to incorporate the slant into your scheme. Remember, you can always hot route it. Just hit Y or triangle, the button of the guy. Usually, I prefer the outside guy, and then the right stick towards the inside of the field, and that's all you have to do. And you're going to be on your way to go and have a really effective route that can definitely take your offense to the next level. So, as we're rambling on, till the next time, guys, peace out. Be sure to subscribe for more and leave a thumbs up. We gone. Booyaka!